Good morning, grade 11 ABM and grade 11 TVL. So for today, let's start with Earth and Life Science subject. So welcome to Earth and Life Science. I will be your teacher for this quarter. I am Mrs. Crisalmi Cicerillo. So for this quarter, Module 1, we're going to discuss about origin and structure of the Earth or the planet Earth. So please check your modules if you have the same title. So for this module, our objectives are: first, identify the characteristics of the Earth that supports life, and expound how the characteristics of the Earth sustain the needs of a living organism. Okay, first, factor that make a planet habitable. So we all know that Earth is the only planet that can sustain life. So let's identify the factors. First is the temperature. Life seems to be limited to a temperature range of -15 to 115 degrees Celsius. In this range, liquid water can still exist under certain conditions. And we all know all living things need water. So that's why Earth is habitable, because water exists in our planet. So that is the first one, the temperature. Second is the atmosphere. Earth's atmosphere is about 100 miles thick. It keeps the surface warm and protects it from radiation and small to medium-sized meteorites. That's why, unlike the moon, so we can know the moon has full of craters, because the moon has a less atmosphere or less gravity. That's why it can easily attacked by the meteorites. Unlike the Earth, our planet Earth, it has a 100 miles thick. So every one of us, or all living things, are safe in radiations and meteorites. So that is the second one, the atmosphere. Third is the energy. So with the steady input of either light or chemical, cells can run the chemical reactions necessary for life. So we all know that photosynthesis needs light energy. Okay, so energy is also important for us to sustain life, and all living things can survive in the planet. Energy must be needed, and we all know that Earth is suitable for this kind of energy. And the last one is the nutrients used to build and maintain all organisms' body. All solid planets and moons have the same general chemical makeup, so nutrients are present. Those with a water cycle or volcanic activity can transport and replenish the chemicals required by all living organisms. So these are the 4 factors, and all of these is characterized by the Earth, our planet Earth. So first, again, is the temperature, atmosphere, energy, and the nutrients. So why Earth is unique? It has liquid water. So like what I said before, in a -15 to 115 degrees Celsius, liquid water can exist on Earth. Second is the plate tectonics. So we all know plate tectonics, volcanic eruption is also important. And the last, it has atmosphere that shelters it from the wars of the sun's rays. So these are the characteristics of the Earth, why it is unique. Because not all planets have water. Not all planets have a thick atmosphere. Okay? So Earth is the only planet in the solar system that has a large amount of liquid water. About 70% of the surface of the Earth is covered by the liquid or frozen water. It's either seas, ocean, glaciers. Okay, so Earth is composed of 70% of water and 30% is land. That's why the Earth is called the blue planet. Also, it is kept warm by an insulating atmosphere. It is the right chemical ingredients for life, including water and carbon. Earth is habitable because it has right distance from the sun, not too near and not too far from the sun. And it can provide water, oxygen, useful biological products for human, and has suitable weather and climate. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the Earth. So in Module 1, so please complete your module activities. Okay. So now let's go to Module 2. So later I will discuss how are you going to answer your module. Okay, so let's discuss Module 2. So quarter 1 module 2 is the continuation of the origin and the structure of the earth, or the subsystem. So in this module, you're going to determine the 4 subsystems of the earth, describe the characteristic of each subsystem, trace the flow of matter and energy in the earth subsystem, and the flow of the matter and energy, and express one internalized role as steward of the 4 subsystems concerning. So subsystem, what do you call this subsystem? So we have 4 subsystems. First is the atmosphere. It is a gaseous layer of the Earth's surface, primarily composed of different gases such as nitrogen and oxygen. So nitrogen is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere, not the oxygen. Do you have any idea why? Okay, so we all know that oxygen is good for combustion. So it's for burning. Okay, so if we have abundant amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, if for example we have 90% of oxygen in the air, so what do you think will happen to the earth? Yes, earth will be easily to burn. That's why oxygen is only 20% in the atmosphere. Okay, so that is the first one, the atmosphere. And we have different layers of the atmosphere. We have the stratosphere, thermosphere, troposphere. Okay, and each layer is very important for us human beings. First, for the weather and climate. Second, for the radiation, that was called ozone layer. And third, for the ions and for the signals. Okay, that is the atmosphere. Second is the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is the water part of the earth that includes oceans and glaciers. And we all know hydrosphere is important because, like what I said, water is very important for all human beings. Third is the biosphere, the zone of the earth where all forms of life exist. This serves as an ecosystem of all living and non-living organisms. So it's all about ecosystem. So we human beings are included in this biosphere. That's why it's biosphere. Bio means life. And the last one is the geosphere. Geo means earth. So it means it's about the earth. It's about the land. So the solid part of the earth that consists the entire planet from the center of the core to the outer crust. It includes core, mantle, and crust of the earth. So basically, this subsystem is just a review of part of your junior high science. Okay. So again, the 4 subsystems are atmosphere, hydrosphere, geosphere, and the last one is the biosphere. So Earth is a complex system made of many smaller systems through which matter and energy are continually cycled. Earth energy and matter flow through Earth spheres: geosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. That's why all these spheres are very important. They work as connection. Energy flows through the atmosphere mostly by convection. And lastly, the Earth consists of 4 subsystems across whose boundaries matter and energy flows in the atmosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, and geosphere. The atmosphere provides the geosphere with heat and energy needed for rock breakdown and erosion. The biosphere receives gases, heat, and sunlight from the atmosphere, and it receives water from the hydrosphere and a living medium from the geosphere. Okay. Now let's go to your module. So please open your module, check the title, Origin and Structure of the Planet Earth. Okay. So the first part, you're going to answer what I know. It's only 15 questions, so just write the letter of the answer. So please write the title of the segment before the answers. Okay. And then next is what's in. You're going to identify the planets in the solar system. So you're going to answer from the inner to the outer. And then what's new? You're going to read the table here and then answer the questions: what are the factors that make the planet habitable, and what are the characteristics of planet Earth that makes it habitable? And then jump to what's more. You don't need to answer what is it because it's an explanation or a discussion. So here you're going to study the table and then you're going to compare and contrast Earth from Venus and Mars. So I just need 3 answers. For example, temperature. You're going to compare the temperature of the Venus, Earth, and Mars. So you can say that Venus is hotter than Earth, and then Mars is colder than the Earth. So only 3 answers. And then jump to what I can do, because what I have learned is a summary. So here you need an internet to answer the question. Can man change or adjust Mars environment to make it more suitable for human? How? Okay? Because they said that Mars is the second Earth. Okay? So you need an internet to do some research about this and give 5 answers. And that's the last part is the assessment. 15 questions, and the last one also we have additional activities. You're going to create your own planet. So you're going to fill out the data, and then you're going to draw how the individual look like on your planet and how the planet looks like. Okay, that is for module 1. So now let's go to module 2. Okay, wait for a while. Let me open up module 2. Okay, so here module 2. Okay, module 2. So here, origin and structure of the Earth, the subsystem. So same with module 1, you're going to answer first what I know, 15 questions also, and then next go to what's in. You're going to read the statement here. It's a short, not a story, but a statement. And then you're going to list down the terms that used in the statement that reflects the 4 subsystem. For example, we have here air, so I have here an answer. We have here the wind, categorized as air. Okay. And then next is what's new. You're just going to label the picture below. And then you're going to identify the physical characteristics of the subsystem of the Earth and differentiate one with another. So you can give some description about this subsystem. Short description. So what is it? It's a short discussion again. So it will guide you to answer what's new. And then what's more, you're going to answer how does the 4 subsystems of the Earth connect with each other. So how geosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere connect to each other. And then how this diagram relate to the quote, when one tugs at a single thing in nature, he finds it attached to the rest of the world. So there's 2 answers for this activity. What's more? And then again, what I have learned, we just read it because it's a short summary. Then jump to what I can do. This is self-answered question. What can you do to save not only a particular system but Earth itself? You're going to give 5 my environmental to-do list. And then answer assessment. And then last one, additional activities. Okay, so as you can see here in the middle, there's an event, word event. The event here is the Taal volcano eruption. Okay, so answer the question first. What sphere caused the event? So it means the first question is what sphere caused the volcanic eruption or Taal volcano eruption? Is it hydrosphere, atmosphere, geosphere, or the biosphere? And then write your answer. And the second one, what are the effects of this Taal volcano eruption to these spheres? For example, what is the effect of Taal volcano eruption to the human beings, to the atmosphere, to the water system, and also to the soil or to the land? And last part is what is the global implication of the event? Okay, so this makes up the module 2. So please answer it in a yellow paper, and then on Friday you should submit it to your advisor. Okay.